What's happening, my people? It's Cass Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. As usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're just a group of people that love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. You don't have to have a podcast, a channel, or anything like that. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT, is in the building. Welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, the box historian. This is the Tuesday afternoon edition. A couple days into the week now. Back for another afternoon with my people. For another episode of Cass Sports, the box story. Today we're going to be talking about the Flyweight division. Weight limit of 112. Jimmy Walls, Archo Vila, Pascual Perez, Benny Lynch, those guys. Donnie Nietes, Ed McQueen in the building. What's up, Ed McQueen? Salute. I know I said I was only doing retired fighters. I'm not sure if Donnie Nietes is retired or not. I know he hadn't fought in 2022 and he's 42 years old, so I guess we can call him semi-retired. Yeah. He's probably retired. But how's everybody doing this Tuesday afternoon? Had a rainy morning up here in Baltimore, but it's sun beaming down now. Beautiful. In the 50s. Couldn't ask for a better day. No pro box this week. So no midweek boxing. Just gotta wait till Friday. Y'all watch Fury and Ngannou finally. Yeah, I say Fury pulled it out. Yeah. He knew what it took to win the rounds and get the decision, whereas Ngannou was in his first boxing match. Fury knew what it took to go 10 3-minute rounds, but Ngannou didn't do bad, But after my first watching, I would give the nod to Fury, Gotta tell old school that when I see him. I finally watched it, Old school think Francis won, but nah, Fury pulled it out. He had the experience, knows what it takes to win the rounds, and get the decision. He got it. It was close, but he got it. But that makes Friday all the more interesting. I can't stop talking about it. I can't wait until this matchup. Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. Tim Layton in the building. What's up, Tim Layton? How are you today? Salute. Welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, the box story, history channel, all that. They got the contest coming up Thursday. I will be here tomorrow too, but it's Thursday, March 7th. 40 questions. 4 sections. Sanctioning bodies and promotional companies. And we got the 4 Kings section. All questions on 4 Kings things. Know who the Four Kings was, right? Then we got the 1900s through 1959 and 1960 through 1999. Because, y'all notice I very rarely go past 2000 when I'm talking about things. I guess that's history, but not really. 90s. But we're just going to have a little fun, that's all. Yeah, flyweight today, 112. Getting down there. And flyweight is a deep division, too. When I was looking through it, yeah. Had a whole lot of talented guys fought down there. Came through that division. Yeah. A lot going on in there now. That Bam Rodriguez. He said he planned to go up and challenge Juan Francisco Estrada for his title. But Bam was actually at super flyweight before, had a title up there. Then he came down. But down there, it's easy to go up and down because you're only talking like 3 pounds, between flyweight and super flyweight, and then super flyweight to bantamweight is another 3 pounds, and then bantamweight to super bantamweight is another 4 pounds. So yeah, I see how easy it is to go up and down. It's only 3 pounds. It's basically the same division. It used to be. Remember, they some of the members of the WBC complained about. Some of the Asian and Latin American members complained about. They said it was too much distance between 112 and 118. I don't know what they were talking about. So Mauricio made 115, but it was Mauricio's father then, I believe. But what were they talking about? Too much between 112 and 118. You got 7 between 147 and 154. And then you got 6 between 154 and 160, and 8 between 60 and 68. But yeah, Mr. Suleiman gave in to him and made the new weight class. And that is packed in there like sardines. And there's Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. Tim Layton, hashtag JBT too. In the building. Wow, Tim. I wrote your name down as Tim History. Let's been thinking about something else. Tim History, hashtag JBT is Tim Layton. Salute, Thomas Hill. How are you today? You gonna be here for the contest Thursday? 2:00 p.m. The winner is the one that answers the most questions correctly. The mayor of YouTube is so knowledgeable. I guess I'll let him into it. Because, he runs these YouTube streets and it might not be fair. But yes, Mr. Mayor, you're invited Thursday, 2:00. How's everybody doing this Tuesday afternoon? 2 days into the work week now. Before you know it, it'll be Friday. But that fight is on the Zone, or is it pay-per-view? I don't know. I know I asked yesterday, but I never did figure it out yet. I'm not sure. I know it's Eddie Hearn, so. But I was wondering, was it pay-per-view, or is it just on, if you have the Zone, can you see it without paying extra? That's what the question was. Anybody know? I didn't watch. I just watched Fury and Nagano, so I don't know what that was when they fought. Because I don't usually watch those crossover fights. I watched Floyd and Conor McGregor, though. Because they sold that fight. That was that promotion was off the charts. That was one of the best promotions I've ever seen for a fight. Floyd and Conor McGregor. That was crazy. Yeah. That was a good promotion there. They made me watch it. Yeah. Especially Conor McGregor. Anybody would know how to trash talk, just watch Conor McGregor. He's an expert at it. Up there with Muhammad Ali, Larry Bird, the big time trash talks. I saw Larry Bird one time at the Capitol Center. They was playing the Wizards, and he came out in the fourth quarter and he pointed to the guy and asked him, "I know y'all not gonna put him on me." And then went out there and scorched him. Scored like 12, 14 straight points. He pointed at him. Yeah, I saw him do it. I heard somebody else say he had done that, but I saw him do that one time. Yeah. Larry Bird was a trash talker, man, but backed it up. He went out there and scored like the next 12, 14 points for the Celtics. They beat him by like 20. But I know y'all not gonna put him on me. Yeah. But yeah, that was quite a promotion there. Haven't seen anything to top that since then. But yeah, we always try to wait till 2:30, get a few more people in the building. We don't have any fights Saturday. Maybe there'll be a casual's corner Saturday. Take the place of the fights we're not gonna get. We're getting them Friday. A couple times back there this year, they was giving them to us on Friday and Saturday, remember? I think, I can't remember, the Shaqy card, did we get a card on that Saturday? But where's the Guo at? We're trying to see when she's gonna get on the schedule or the face of boxing. But Boots is on there now. He's gonna be on the Cinco de Mayo card under Canelo and is it Munguia? I don't know. But whoever Canelo's fighting, Boots is gonna be the co-main against Cody Crowley. Who y'all think, Barrios or Cody Crowley would have gave Boots the better fight? I don't know. I know Crowley will be right there in front of him, I guess. He might pull a turn, who knows? I don't think so. I don't think Cody Crowley got the feet to do that. Does he yet? Do a Kern? Cody Crowley. So he'll probably be right there for Boots. So that might be the better, as far as fan friendly. Cody Crowley might be the better option than Barrios. I don't know. But it's Cinco de Mayo. And I've been talking about the absence of the face of boxing, the Groat and Boots from the schedule. So we got one of them on it now, Boots. Is everybody all right? We're going to get ready to get started in a minute on the flyweight. 112 pounds today. Only got two more to go. We got light flyweight, which is 108. Then we got minimum weight, which is 105, and that's it. Now, I think the women go down to 102, strawweight or something. But I think the men stop at 105. Yeah. And then Friday, I'm going to talk about what exactly is the criteria that fighters are ranked by, What exactly do they use, Is it the record or competition or, what is it? Resume? We're going to find out Friday. Al Booker in the building. What's up, Al Booker? How are you today? flyweight today, and then 2 more to go. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be profiling a fighter every Friday starting next week. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong. I told you my people is slowly coming in. By 2:30, there'll be a few more in here. 8 more minutes. Wow. How is everybody today? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the contest is Thursday though. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but I wasn't sure whether I was going to be on tomorrow, but I am. But I was sure I was going to be here Thursday, so yeah. It's going to be fun. Gotta have been in at least 10 live streams. That's all. Everybody has been in almost all of them, so no problem. Yeah. So I write down everybody's. This is my 108th one, by the way. Mm-hmm. I used to come on 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. Thomas Hill was there. Ant would come by there. Mm-hmm. A few people late at night. Just Do was the first one to ever come into a live stream. One night I was on there talking to Thomas Hill for till 5 o'clock the next morning. Well, it was like 5 o'clock here. I guess, but it's like 2 o'clock out there on the West Coast, California. Yeah, but like I was saying, we got Jimmy Wilder. That's him on the thumbnail. Pancho Villa, Frankie Gennaro, Pascual Perez, those guys. Miguel Cantu. I know y'all heard of a few of them. Betty Lynch. And Danny Atis, like I was saying, I'm not sure if he's retired yet. You know, I'm doing all retired guys, but he hadn't fought since 2022 and he's 42 years old, so I'll call him retired. Mm-hmm. And then he got, it's like a one-sided fight, his last fight. He should be retired if he's not. After that last performance, I thought that would retire him, but yeah, I don't blame him. If you got the ability to get out there and make another bang, get out there and make it. I would. People willing to pay to see you. But, you know, it's a dangerous sport to be messing around. You know, when you pass your time and have no business in there. You know, boxing is not the sport to play around with. You know? Okay, let's get ready to talk about this flyweight division. 112. You know, like I was telling you yesterday, the reason, you know, it used to be, the reason it's so close like that, 112, 115, 118. It used to be 112, 118, but some members of the WBC complained that 112 and 118 were too far apart. I don't know what they were complaining about, but the president, I think, was Jose Suleiman at the time, because Junior flyweight, which we did yesterday, super flyweight just came into being in 1980, so it was probably Jose Suleiman, Maurice's daddy. Gave in, and they formed a new weight class, 115, right in the middle. I don't know. I don't think they needed it, you know? 112, 115, 118, 122. That's 4 weight classes within 10 pounds of each other. That's a bit much. If I was running it, it would be 112, 118, then 126. Wouldn't have a 115 or a 122. You know? I mean, you got just 3 pounds apart. That's why it's so easy to go up and down. Like Bam's been up to super fly. He's back down to flyweight. Now he's talking about going back up to super flyweight. But it's only 3 pounds. So it's almost like the same weight class, right? Just about. But that's the reason for that. For all those weight classes. For that 115 being crammed, didn't it? Now, why they thought 112 and 118 was too far apart, I don't know. I don't understand that at all. But that's the reason. And President Suleiman gave in and started a new one. And once the WBC did it, then the WBA followed suit. And then right after them had come the IBF. They sanctioned the title fight in the weight class. And WBO, they didn't come into being until the late 80s. And once they came in, the weight class was already established, so they automatically sanctioned the fight, for a championship in it. Yeah. It was like 7 or 8 years old by the time they came. They were formed, so yeah. Yeah, they are Al Booker, tiny. And it's actually 105. It's the lowest. I'm gonna cover that Thursday. Minimum weight, 105. And the women got one at 102. Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion, hashtag just JBT is in the building. Yeah, Al Booker. It's all the way down to 105. Another episode tomorrow of hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. It's Wednesday, almost Wednesday already. Unbelievable. Like we just had last week's, remember? But it's back. It's time again. Crazy how this time is going by. Yeah, but I just thought those 3 squeezed in there like that was just a bit much. But that's the reason. I would love to know why they thought it was 112 and 118 was so far apart. That's just 6 pounds. That's usually the average between them, Now 126 and 130 is close. Yeah. Okay, but let's take a look at flyweight today. Okay, 112. Now, it says that okay, look at the past flyweight. Now, flyweight is contested above 108 pounds and up to, and including 112 pounds. Now, that's just when you weigh in on Friday night. Now, Saturday night, you probably can be 130 if those little guys can make it up to that and still fight for the title. That's just how it is. You got to be between those pounds when you weigh in. Okay. But by the time of the fight, you can be above it. Okay. Now, if I was running things, you're fighting for the 112-pound title. You got to be between 108 and 112. If you weigh in 120, move up to super bantamweight. Okay, that's just how I would run it. You fight at what you weigh. Why do you have the weight classes? If a man can weigh 165 and fight at 140, why? I don't understand it. My weigh in. If I had a sanctioning body, you fighting for my title. You weigh in, then you walk down, do your ring walk. Okay? That's when my weigh-ins would be. Not day of the fight. At the fight. Night of the fight. Right before the ring walk, that's when you weigh in. If you're fighting for my title with my sanctioning body, you're going to weigh what the weight limit is. Okay? Now I can understand being a few pounds above it. Let me stop. But 25, right in at 140, weighing 165, that's totally ridiculous. That is totally ridiculous, man. Come on now. That's what you call a weight bully. A person that insists on fighting at a certain weight, okay, when they know they should be at a higher weight. But but you insist on torturing your body getting down to that weight. But then by the night of the fight, you're at the weight that you should be fighting at. That's a weight bully. Plain and simple. Okay? Yeah. Think about it. That's a weight bully. You fight at the weight you insist on fighting on, but by the night of the fight, you're at the weight that you should be fighting at. Okay? Textbook definition of a weight bully. Kevin Haney. Okay. The flyweight division was the last of boxing's 8 traditional weight classes to be established. Okay. Last of the big 8. Now before, I was talking about junior super flyweight when I was saying 1980 a minute ago. Yeah. Now before 1909, anyone below featherweight was considered a bantamweight, regardless of how small the boxer. Okay. So there was no flyweight. If you was below featherweight, you were a bantamweight. You could weigh 98 pounds. You were a bantamweight before 1909. Now in 1911, the organization that eventually became the British Boxing Board of Control, BBBC, held a match that crowned Sid Smith as the first flyweight champion of the world. 1911. Okay. I think they still got that British Boxing Board of Control. Now Jimmy Wild, who reigned from 1916 to 1923, he was the first fighter recognized both in Britain and the United States as a flyweight champion. Jimmy Wild, okay? That's him on the thumbnail there, Jimmy Wild. Now, other notable flyweights include Victor Perez, Pancho Villa, Walter McGowan, Pascual Perez, Pone Kingpitch, Fighting Geraldo. Okay, I'm skipping some of them. Efren Torres, Herbito Salaverio, Miguel Cantu, Dave McAuley, Charlie McGree, Gabriel Bernal, Santos Laciar, Danny Romero, Mark Too Sharp Johnson, Manny Pacquiao. But you know Manny came from everywhere. You know Manny been on all of them. 8 weight divisions. Manny Pacquiao, Jorge Arce, Vic Darkenyan, Nonito Donaire, Omar Andres Narvaez, McWilliams Arroyo, Donnie Nietes, and Nicola Adams. Just some notable fighters that passed through notable champions that passed through the flyweight division over the years. Okay. Yeah. Now, let's look at the current champions right quick. You know how I do it. Look at the current guys that's champions in the division. Mike Masick in the building. What's up, Mike Masick? How are you today? Welcome to Mike Masick, everybody, to another episode of Cat Sports, the Boxtorian. Okay. I finally know how to spell Mike's last name without looking at the chat. M-A-Z-Y-C-K. Now, how long did that take? It's the first time I ever did it without looking at the chat, Mike. Wow, I got it right too. For some reason, I always kept putting an S in there. You know? Yeah, but it's M-A-Z-Y-C-K. Okay, current world champions in the flyweight division are WBA is Stego Yuri Aki. WBC is Julio Cesar Martinez. and the IBF and the WBO is Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Current rankings. This is as of I think it's the end of January. Should be out for February, but this is the end of January. Because the different organizations, the sanctioning bodies, Ring, Boxrec, they release their rankings at different times of the month. I think Ring is at the end, but this is January, just a month old. Nothing about a week old. Number 1 is Jesse Bam Rodriguez. 2 is Sonny Edwards. 3 is Artem Delakian. 4 is Angel Ayala. 5 is Felix Alvarado. At 6 is David Jimenez. 7 is Taku Kuwahara. 8 is Anthony Olaskuaga. 9 is Hiroto Kayoguchi. And 10 is Ricardo Rafael Sandoval. Thank you, Ricardo Rafael Sandoval. Okay. Now, my little speech before I profile the 10 people. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Before I do the 10 former stars in the division. Everybody been studying for the contest Thursday? Let me see what's going on here. We must at all fights you have 10, 13 rehydration limit. Anything over that, they could fight. But title not on the line. That's right, Remo. I would stop at 10, like the IBF. Because you got to allow something. Remo, you're right. You got to allow something. Because that's why they stopped same day, because of the dangers of rehydration. Right? That's why they stopped same day. But you shouldn't be able to balloon up 25, 30 pounds. Come on, man. That's too much. 10 is a good amount. Yeah. Anything over that, the title ain't on the line. Okay. And you should be hit monetarily some kind of way too. Part of your bag go to the opponent or something. Got to be some kind of penalty to it. To give them incentive to come in there at the right weight. Yeah. You weigh in, do it the day before, and then, like I said, before the ring walk, to make sure you're not 10 over. Because you can do it in the daytime early. They got ways to put their weight on now. You still might balloon up more than 10 by that night if you do it early in the morning. So do it right before the ring walk. It's close to the fight that you can get it. That's what I'd say. They need to address that, though. They really do, because, it's ridiculous. I'll just keep using Devin as an example, because that was just totally ridiculous, man, to be fighting at 140 at super middleweight weight, It's just ridiculous. That's why I'm not picking on Devin. That's just a good example to make my case. You should not be in a weight class fighting 25 pounds over what the weight class is. So you're going to tell me, now we talking about what? Flyweight, right? 112. So it's okay with somebody to come in at 137 the night of the fight at flyweight? That's what Devin did for 140, right? So you weigh it at 112, so the next day you can come in at night and fight at 137? No, that's not okay. It shouldn't be okay. But anyway, the flyweight division is the last of the original 8 weight classes. And if you're doing it on all-time top 10 best, which I'm not, this is just 10 good fighters. But if you were doing an all-time top 10 best, this division would be one of the toughest, okay? Because within this one weight class lies all the problems that face you when you are trying to rank all-time greats, okay? First, you have to classify fighters spanning over 100 years, where the structure of the sport has changed drastically, okay? In addition, you're forced to decide what is more important, title reigns, quality of opposition, and compare resumes to have a lot of different forms of what we call greatness. It wouldn't be easy. So that's why I just call my list 10 former great fighters, not 10 greatest. Because I knew there was divisions like flyweight out there. That would be a headache, you know, trying to select the top 10 best. So it's just 10 great fighters, not top 10 greatest, okay? Because this, like I was saying, this is a deep division here. And I was looking at it last night, it was a lot of great fighters down there. They came through because once they made, I'm talking about a different division, but it was a lot of, but yeah, once they made that one up right up above it at 115, it made it so easier to go up and down, go to 115, come back down to flyweight, yeah. Once they did that, and a lot of great fighters came to flyweight, 112. Okay, let's take a look at these 10 fighters. But I agree 100%, Remo. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I hiding? I didn't mean to put that up, Remo, up there. It was a good comment, though, Remo. Yeah, I'll leave it up there for a minute. I was getting ready to put my fighters up there. But ain't that the truth, though? I would say 10. 10-pound rehydration clause. Anything over, title not on the line. Plus, you get fine part of your bag. Okay? You get a fine. Coming in there overweight. That'll give them more incentive not to do it. Right? Yes, it would. Yeah, we're back. Okay, now I gotta put my pictures up there. Sorry about that, everybody. Oh boy. Now I gotta get my pictures up. Sorry about that. I'm coming. Not me. The pictures cast. Bear with me. I told you. I'm gonna mess the whole thing up with these pictures. Come on, Cass. Bear with me. Not me. Well, Jimmy Wall is first, by the way. But how's everybody doing this, what is it, Tuesday? No. Here's Jimmy Wald. I got it. Yes. Sorry about the delay. I told you I was going to do it sooner or later, though. Okay, here we go. Sorry about the delay, everybody. BN Boxing News in the building. What's up, BN Boxing News? Salute to BN Boxing News. Okay, we're going to talk about Jimmy Wall right quick. Got the interruptions out the way. I'm trying to do my brand and this, I don't know what happened. But I'm back. Putting me up there. Y'all ain't supposed to see me. I'm supposed to be a mysterious figure. Okay, Jimmy Wall. He fought from 1911 to 1923, 12 years. 12-year career. One of the best flyweights ever. That's Jimmy on the thumbnail, too. Okay. "12-year career. Okay, he's from the UK. Okay, he had, Jimmy had a lot of fights. He had like 155 fights. He won 137, lost 4, 1 draw, had 150 altogether. 8 no contests. That's a lot of no contests, isn't it? And 99 by knockout. 99 by knockout. For Jimmy Wall. BN Boxing News in the building. Oh yeah, we are going to get a preview of Let's Talk, #Let's Talk Fashion about 3:45 today. 3:45, right? 3:45. Okay. Now, simply put, Jimmy Wall is one of the more fabled fighters in boxing history. He was small, okay. And when he first won the flyweight title, he only weighed 97 pounds. Okay? 97. Now, I know my 7-year-old granddaughter weighed more than that. I was trying to see if she weighed 105, like minimum weight. He won the flyweight title at 97. Now, Wall consistently leveled bigger men with power, okay? And his power was ranked amongst the hardest hitters of all time, right? A flyweight, not at flyweight, okay? Period. At one point in his career, Jimmy Wall had 91 wins, no losses, okay? 91-0. It's 97 97-pound man. I don't know if he was 97 pounds by that point, but he was 91-0. I do know that at one point in his career. Okay, and few of his opponents emerged from fights with him with their senses intact. Jimmy was a little man, but he could hit. Called himself the Mighty Atom. That was his nickname. He almost gave away size in every fight. Okay, always the smaller man. Always. But what his opponents gave away was far more crucial. No one could match his power, especially down there. Okay, none of the other flyweights had the type of power Jimmy Wald had, at his division. So he had a real advantage in power. He had 99 knockouts. Just had an incredible prime. Remember, I just said 91-0. He was, when he fought Joe Lynch, remember Joe Lynch? I did him a few days ago. Joe Lynch was the first black world champion. Okay, a lot of people think it was Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion. Joe Lynch was the first black boxing champion, period. But anyway, when Jimmy Wald fought him, he was giving away 15 pounds. Wald was weighing about 100 then. Okay, came up a little bit from 97, weighing about 100 pounds, and knocked Lynch out twice. Okay, 2 times. Okay, he was too much for flyweights with that power he had. Anybody under 120 pounds, really, any of those weight classes. And he not only defeated the best flyweights of his time, he crushed them. Okay, dominated them. And there's one quality that's timeless, is punching power. In that category, Wald is definitely the most powerful, had the most power of any flyweight ever. Okay, Jimmy Wald, the Mighty Atom, Jimmy Wald. Okay. Next fighter up is Pancho Villa from the Philippines. Pancho Villa. I wonder if him and Jimmy Wald ever fought, because they were right around that same period. I'm gonna have to check that out later, but that would probably be a good fight, Pancho Villa and Jimmy Wald, because Pancho Villa fought from 1919 to 1925. Yeah, him and Wald was right in there. Wald fought from 1911, 1923. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, Villa was from the Philippines, right? He was the first Philippine champion ever. That could be on the test. Okay. Now, he had 85 fights, 77 wins, just 4 losses, 4 draws. But you can tell he wasn't exactly a knockout artist. He only had 22 knockouts in 77 wins. I don't know what that knockout rate is. Ooh. Let me see. I always gotta know. Knockout rate of 28%. Okay, so you can safely say he wasn't a knockout puncher. Okay, from the Philippines, First Philippine world champion in history, Pancho Villa. Now, he only fought for 6 years, right? And in those 6 years, he became one of the best flyweights of all time in just a 6-year career, okay? To say he's the best ever is not really that far-fetched. You got Jimmy Wall there, but Pancho Villa right there. Pancho Villa would have had a little longer career. Might not be talking about Jimmy Wall, might not even be in the same sentence as best ever at flyweight. Pancho is right there, only 6 years career. Now, he fought in other divisions, but his biggest wins were at flyweight. Okay. Oh, he did fight Wall. Stopped him. He stopped Jimmy Wall. Okay, they did fight. I'm gonna look that up. Okay. Yeah. Stopped Jimmy Wall. Wow. And he had already established his championship credentials by that point. He beat Abe Goldstein, Johnny Buff. Now, when he knocked Jimmy Wall out, Wall was past his prime because he had started like 8 years before Pancho, and he was coming off a 2-year layoff. But he still did stop him in 7 rounds. So, Wall got in the ring with him. So, hey, excuses go out the window. You got in there. Right? That's the way I look at it. In 1922, he came to the United States and started fighting. It took a while to find his footing. Lost to Goldstein, Frankie Gennaro, who's on this list. But in 2022, later in 2022, he caught his stride. He won the American flyweight title over Buff. Beat Buff in the rematch. And he also beat Goldstein in the rematch. Okay. That was the third fight with Goldstein. He won the first one, Goldstein won the second, and Pancho Villa won the third. And it was in 1923 when they had that fight with Jimmy Wall. Jimmy Wall had been fighting for like 12 years then. I think Pancho had only been pro like 3. So Wall was past his prime, and he's coming off a 2-year layoff, but he still got in the ring, so, he knocked him out. And that's what started an incredible run of success for Pancho Villa that went over Jimmy Wall. Wins over Kid Williams, Bud Taylor. And 23 years old, Villa passed away from an infection coming from an ulcerated tooth. 23 years old. Wow. Just think of what could have been. Still a legendary flyweight. And only fought 6 years and passed away at 23. Yeah. If Villa would have passed away, Wall wouldn't even be in the conversation for best ever at flyweight. That would be Villa hands down, man. Look at the attention he gets, and he only fought 6 years. Passed away before his prime. Pancho Villa. See, I'm learning too. I learned it last night though. Okay. Next is Frankie Gennaro. Notice they're all easy names. I picked out the ones I didn't pick out no Jorge Willow Vecchio or nothing like that. I picked out the easy ones. Frankie Gennaro is next. Okay. But down there, it's a lot of Asians. No disrespect, but just them names is hard. Like Sato Hachivilla. Nah. But next is who did I say was next? Frankie Gennaro. Okay, get up there, Frankie. There's Frankie. Okay. Frankie is from United States. New York, New York. All right. Remo and the Ant Homeboy. New York, New York. Frankie Gennaro. Fought from 1920 to 1934. 14-year career for Frankie. The other Pancho Villa? Yeah, the other one was a revolutionary or something, right, Al Booger? Wasn't he some kind of Mexican revolutionary or something like that? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Yeah, because I was looking up Wikipedia on this one and came across that one. And I'm like, Pancho Villa is from no Mexico, but they was talking about that one. Yeah, I thought he was from the Philippines. Right. Yeah, you talked about that one right after the Mexican one. He was a revolutionary or something. What am I doing in there? I'm getting ready to take somebody's wrench by accident. If somebody's wrench disappears, let me know it was an accident. I was just on that screen. I don't know what I was doing. So I've done it before. Right, Mike? So somebody's wrench might disappear. Just let me know. I'll put it back. I don't know how I even got to that screen, but I was on it. Frankie Gennaro from New York, New York. He had a final record of 98 wins, 23 losses, 9 draws. A lot of draws. 2 no contests, 19 knockouts. 19 knockouts and 98 wins. That's a low knockout rate too for Frankie. Frankie Gennaro. Okay, let's see what Frankie's talking about. Now, he's one of the overlooked greats, okay? He compiled a resume at Flyweight that's still crazy. 80 years later, man. Just a few years into his career, he beat Pancho Villa, okay, for the American Flyweight title. Well, that wasn't Pancho Villa, but his third win was for the American Flyweight title, okay? And he had it from 1923 to 1925. But he did beat Pancho Villa early in his career. Gennaro was almost impossible to beat. He won 36 out of his first 37 fights. Even beat all-time great bantamweight talent like Bud Taylor, Memphis Moore. When we talked about Memphis Moore the other day, Kid Williams, and he was still young when he beat all of them. But after 1926, he became inconsistent. Okay. Yeah. He still was only 6 years into his career, but fell off a lot. But he still managed to win the NBA flyweight title. Remember, NBA was the old precursor to the WBA. He still managed to win that title. Then he got stopped in the first round by Emo Pladner. But he got it back. He was a speedy and scientific type boxer. And when he got it back, he got his footing back too. He made 8 successful defenses. Remember after he had that rough patch in 1926, got it back together. Okay? Made 8 successful defenses. Finally lost it in 1931 for good. Okay? And he got a win over the who's considered the number 2 guy all time at this weight, Pancho Villa. Had a win over him. So that counts for a lot. Frankie Gennaro. Anytime you beat Pancho Villa or Jimmy Wald at flyweight, that's quite an accomplishment. I can't think of the guy yesterday. I think it was bantamweight. Well, it could have been super flyweight. Went over there in London and knocked Jimmy Wald out. Had to do it. Next up is Pascual Perez. Let's keep track of the time. We got plenty of time because we got to get it. We got to get our preview. I'm not leaving here without my hashtag Let's Talk fashion preview for tomorrow. Okay, not doing it. Pascual Perez is next though. I think that's him. He almost got the same posing thing as this guy. Is that that's different. That's Pascual Perez, okay. From Argentina. Had a 12-year career, 1952 to 1964. Okay. He had 92 fights, won 84, lost 7, had 1 draw, 57 by way of knockout. Called himself El Leon Mendocino. Okay. I don't know what that is in English. Anybody out there know? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Pascual Perez. Now he was only 4 feet 11. 4 feet 11 inches tall. Yep. But he was still one of the best in the history of the 112-pound weight class. Had a 6-year reign, 1954 to 1960. Won gold at the 1948 Olympics. Now, I don't know where that was, 1948. Anybody know where the 48 Olympics was? He won gold there. Pascual Perez did for Argentina. But he didn't turn pro until 4 years later in 1952. Yeah. Now, he fought the champion, Japanese guy, Yoshio Shirai in 1954, but it was a non-title fight. But he got a draw. So that earned him a title shot, right? You know, because they was fair back then. The man got a draw with the champion, you know, get a man a shot. Nowadays, it wouldn't mean nothing. He get a draw with the champion, you know what the champion gonna do then? He gonna duck him. Now, 2024, you fight a champion and get a draw, he ain't fighting you no more. But back then, he got the draw, he got the championship shot, and he won. Got a unanimous decision in the next fight. Right or wrong? Nowadays, you get that draw, you ain't getting no title shot. You should have got the win that time. You SOL after that. But, you know, he got the title shot and won his first title. Okay? And alternated between title defenses and non-title fights. Went 51-0, okay? Had 1 draw in there, but his next 52 fights he didn't lose. 51-0 with 1 draw. Pascual Perez from Argentina. In his first defense, you know, he gave Shirai a rematch, so this was the 3rd fight between them. They had the draw, he had the unanimous decision when he got the title shot. In the rubber match, he knocked him out in 5 rounds. Knocked Shirai out. Okay. Then he had defenses against tough opponents like Leo Espinoza, Oscar Suarez, Dal Dower, and many others. Many other top guys around that time. Now, when he finally lost, it was a non-title fight, okay, to another Japanese fighter, Tadao Yaita. That was in 1959. Okay. Later, it avenged that loss too. Knocked him out. He lost twice in 1960 to this guy from Taiwan, Pone Kingpech. No, Thailand. Pone Kingpech. And that brought it into his championship run. Okay. And let's see, who's that? Pascual Perez. Hung around for 4 more years, but you know, they had seen the best of his years. But he had a great career, Pascual Perez. Okay. Next is Fidel La Barba. I told y'all I picked all easy names. There's some tough ones in this division. Yes, it is. This is Fidel LaBarbera here. Everybody got the same stance today. Now, Fidel is a American from Los Angeles, California. Okay. He had a 9-year career from 1924 to 1933. 94 fights, won 72, lost 15, 7 draws. That's had a lot of draws. I don't understand all these draws. What was all the draws about? 15 knockouts. I mean, they had a lot more fights, but still, that's a lot of draws. Okay, Fidel LaBarbera. I need a drink of water. Hope everybody's enjoying the show. They're sticking around with me. I appreciate you. I'm enjoying myself. I'm learning too. And remember, the quiz contest is going to be on questions that are from my live streams. And these ones I'm doing now, part of questions could come from these too, right up to the day of the test. You know, I haven't got all the questions made out yet, so questions can come from these next few shows too. Keep that in mind. Okay. Like, who was the first champion from the Philippines? Bet y'all forgot already. Who was the first champion from the Philippines? Put it in the chat. The winner gets a 2024 Dodge Ram pickup. Who was the first champion from the Philippines? Put it in there, anybody. Y'all forgot already. D4 the win in the building. I'm not having no contest. I just said that and y'all forgot already. Salute D4 the win. And there's William Old School Rat in the building. What's up, Old School? Well, the weather bad down there in New Orleans again? Huh? Okay. Old School said, I'm listening. I've been listening, but didn't say anything in case I had to leave. Okay. Well, glad you're listening. D4 the win and old William Old School Rant. Salute. We're talking about some flyweights, 112. We only got a couple more shows to go. The contest is Thursday. Oh, you in Phoenix, Alberta? Ooh. What you doing way out there? You live in Delaware, right? Wow. Wow, Booker is in Phoenix. On vacation or something? All right. Nice. I know it's beautiful out there. It ain't bad in Baltimore. Oh, 50-something. Had some rain this morning, but it's sun beaming down there, man. Feels good out there. Throw like a little thick hoodie on, man. You good today. But I know it ain't as good as it is in Phoenix. Oh, quick in and out trip, okay? Okay, enjoy yourself. Glad you're still listening to the show out there. Now, next is, I done lost my place. We did Fidel LaBarbera. Fidel LaBarbera. I think we just started Fidel LaBarbera, yeah. That's Fidel LaBarbera right there. Okay, yeah. Fidel LaBarbera. Now, right, he had a 9-year career. 72 wins, 15 losses, 7 draws, 15 knockouts. I still don't see who the first ever boxing champion from the Philippines was. Born in New York, Remo? Okay. Keep it up there. We had ours this morning, but it's been cleared up now. Beautiful. Sun beaming down in the 50s. Yeah. Yeah, it was raining earlier when I was out, though. Yeah, I was out early. It was raining. But now it's beautiful. You know? Okay. Now, Fidel LaBarbera. He was good at 112, but his work outside of 112 wasn't, wasn't nothing to write home to mom about. Now he won the gold medal in the 1924 Olympics. And let's see, I think I said he did. He's from American. Wait a minute. Yeah, from Los Angeles, California. So he won the gold medal for the United States in 1924. I don't know where those Olympics were at. Okay. Now he was never knocked down. Had 94 fights. Never takes the canvas. Okay. First 10 fights, he won 6, lost 2, had 2 draws. 2 draws in his first 10 fights. With Jimmy McLaurin. Okay. Now Jimmy McLaurin was a bad boy. I did him. He was up around welterweight by the time I did him. He was way down there too. Okay. And remember I talked about how good Frankie Gennaro was? Fidel LaBarba beat him when he was only 19 years old. Okay. He beat Gennaro for the American Flyweight title in 1925. Okay. Now he was one of the best. Like I said, at 112, he was one of the best. But outside of 112, you know, he didn't do too good. And also counted against him in the rankings when he was 21. He was no longer able to make flyweight. Okay, so he had a short period at flyweight. But nevertheless, he beat some of the best guys down there, you know, like Frankie Gennaro, Memphis Moore, Bud Taylor, Kid Chocolate himself, and Petey Serrone, okay? He had a fire resume at 112. It was his work outside of 112 that hurt him. Yeah. But Fidel LaBarba. Let me pick it up. Next up is Miguel Cantu. Miguel Cantu. Okay. All these pictures are looking alike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miguel Cantu is 6. I gotta count. That was Jimmy Wild. Yeah, that's Miguel Cantu right there. Then. Yeah. This is Miguel Cantu. Okay. Okay. Now Miguel was from Mexico. Okay. Called himself El Maestro. Just Do Boxing in the building. Salute to Just Do Boxing. The Voice. We'll be seeing The Voice in about 40 minutes or so. A salute to Just Do Boxing. Talking about the flyweights today, the 112 pounders. There's some good ones down there. It was a deep division. I found out last night that was a very deep division, man. That's why I just do, like I was saying in the opening, I just do 10 of the best fighters I don't do a top 10 because it would be a headache trying to figure this out, man. You know, you're trying to compare fighters spanning over 100 years and, you know, and the sport has changed so much between now and then, and it would just be a headache. So, yeah. I just do 10 good fighters instead of the 10 greatest, 10 best. But Miguel Cantu from Mexico, he had a 13-year career from 1969 to 1982. 74 fights, won 61, lost 9, 4 knockouts, only 4 draws. But only 15 knockouts, not that many more. So, you know, not a power guy. 15 knockouts, 61 fights. Okay. Let's salute to Just Do Boxing, the voice in the building. Now, Miguel Cantu was a true master in the ring, okay? Artful. Prior resume. Had one of the fuller reigns in the history of the flyweight division. Controlled the second half of the 1970s, okay? Scientific boxing. Now, like I said, he only had 15 knockouts in 74 fights. But he relied on smarts and boxing skills. Okay. Gave him a long reign and a spot in the Hall of Fame. Barely 5 feet. Okay. Lost 2 of his first 3 fights. Finally hit his stride in the early 70s. Fought for his first title fight in 1973. Lost the majority decision to Venezuela's Betulio Gonzalez. They was going for the WBC strap. But the following year in the rematch, he took that strap off Gonzalez. Okay. Yeah. And he was a traveling fighter. He beat the best in Asia, South America, and his home Mexico during his reign. Beat Gonzalez again. Had wins over Oguma, Avila, Chon Hee Park, Korean fighter. And he split a couple of fights with future champ Gabriel Bernal. Then he retired in 1982. Miguel Cantu, great Mexican flyweight, legendary. Here's my pen at, say this. Okay, next up on the list is Benny Lynch. Know y'all heard of Benny Lynch. Benny Lynch, one of my favorites. Okay, let me come down some on this. Okay, there's Benny Lynch right there. Up there, Benny. Okay. Yeah, Benny Lynch is from Scotland. 7-year career, 1931 to 1938. In those 7 years, he had 119 fights in 7 years. So he was doing some fighting. 88 wins, 14 losses. I told you about these draws. He had 17 draws. What's up? I know he had a lot of fights, but 17 draws is a lot, man. 34 knockouts from Scotland. Called himself the Great Scot. Resume wasn't too consistent, but his prime stands out, okay. Beat Jackie Brown for the NBA title in 1937, okay. No, that was 1935, sorry. Then he had a unification fight with the great Filipino fighter, Small Montana. Okay, 15-round decision, became undisputed. Because you only had the NBA, and I believe they had the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC. Those were the 2 big belts back then. Of course, the NBA is the old WBA. Became the WBA in 1962, but he became undisputed in 1937. Okay. Then he went up against 42-0 Peter Kane, stopped him in 13 rounds. Then a couple fights later, he was overweight and he had to forfeit his title. See, back then they just took it. No, not like now. You come in there now, it's just not for the title, but he came in overweight, he had to forfeit it, okay, to the challenger. Then he retired after that. But he didn't fight all the best guys during this era. But from 1933 to 1936, he was unbeaten in a run of over 40 fights, okay? And that's good for back then. Because everybody fought everybody. And a streak of over 40 fights unbeaten in that period, that's fire. That is fire. Benny Lynch, another legendary flyweight. Fought in other weight classes, but the bulk of his best work was done at flyweight. Yeah. And I did it. I was good. Number 9, No, number 8. I put this name on there. I might have to spell it to you. Thought. Oh, I got it. Sot Chicholata. Sotchitlalada. Sot Chicholata. Okay. Okay, there it is. Right there. Okay, baby, hold on. Excuse me for 1 second, please. Yeah. Because I told you some of these names. I tried to pick all easy ones, but I had to put old Sot on there. Okay. And there it is. Talking about this guy right here. Yeah. Whatever that is. I don't know. I think it's Sot Chicholata. That's who I'm talking about. See it in the chat? That's him up there on the screen anyway. Now he's from where's old Sot from? Thailand. Look American to me. Is that the right person? Let me see. He's number 8. Should be 2 more names after him. Yeah, that's him. Okay. From Thailand. He had a 9-year career. 31 fights. He won 26, lost 4. Now had 1 draw. Now he's further up toward this way. He had 16 knockouts. Because back in them days, they had a lot of draws, man. I do not understand. I'm talking about 15, 17. I ain't talking about 3 or 4. That's a lot. Now they had 15, 17. Crazy. But anyway, Sot. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. Okay. Now, at his best, he was very good, right? And even when he slipped from his peak, he still had enough to hold off the best at 112. Now, his exit from the sport was unfortunate. Okay, he suffered a pair of defeats to Barankai Kitty Kasim. Up until that point, however, he beat every man he faced. Okay. If he lost to him, he came back and avenged it. In just his 5th fight, he lost to one of the greatest ever at 108 pounds, Hall of Famer, Jung Koo Chang. Then, in October 1984, he beat experienced WBC flyweight champion, Gabriel Bernal, right? Took the flyweight strap from Gabriel. Then in his first defense, knocked out Charlie McGree. Got a decision over ex-champion Freddie Castillo. Then he came back and beat Bernal again, this time by a lopsided decision. Then he had a surprising loss to Korean fighter Young Kang Kim in 1988. But he regained the belt the following year. So past his best and struggling mightily with his weight. He got a couple of easy wins over Carlos Salazar and the talented longtime #1 ranked Shrimpy Clark. In his last defense in 1990, he defeated Jung Koo Chang by a controversial decision to even the score from the 1984 bout. But that was by a controversial decision. So he didn't really even it. You got to go in there and beat him convincingly. Now, 9 is Donnie Nietes. I'm not sure if he's retired. I know I say I don't do any current active fighters, but I'm not sure if Donnie is retired because he fought in 2022, right? But he lost a lopsided fight, and he's 42 years old, haven't fought in 2 years, so I just took it for granted that he was retired, okay? But anyway, I got him down as fighting from 2003 to 2022, 19 years. From the Philippines. He had 51 fights so far, if he's not retired. He's got 43 wins, just 2 losses, 6 draws. So that's a lot of draws for this era, because he fought in this era, right? 9 draws. That sounds like something from back in the 20s and 30s. Okay. 23 knockouts. I know y'all familiar with Donnie Nietes, because he could be still an active fighter. His nickname is Ahas. That means snake in English. Okay. Yeah. A little write up on Donnie somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there's Donnie right here. Now, okay. About 10 minutes, we're going to get Remo up here. Donnie is number 9. We got one more. Oh, yeah, good time. Now, he's a 40 division champion, okay? He had the use the paper right. He had the WBO mini flyweight title from 2007 to 2011. He had the WBO and the Ring Magazine junior flyweight titles between 2011 and 2016. He had the IBF flyweight title from 2017 to 2018. And he had the WBO junior bantamweight title from 2018 to 2019. Okay. Now, he's the longest reigning Filipino boxing world champion, surpassing in 2014 the record set in 1967 by Boxing Hall of Famer inductee Gabriel Flash Elorday. Okay. I need a drink of water bad. Excuse me. Everybody hanging in there? Old School is around somewhere. He said he's listening. If he was in here, he'd be stirring the chat up. Old School keep the chat jumping. But then it's all good too. But Donnie, I'm on Donnie Nietes. Okay. Now he would have went down the wrong pipe, man. Drinking too fast. Trying to get back to my peoples. Stuck right there. Okay. I'm good. Now he was the longest reigning Filipino champion. Told y'all that, right? He was one of the first 3 Asian fighters with titles in at least 4 weight classes, alongside fellow Filipinos Manny Pacquiao and Nonito Donaire. That's some great company to be in. Probably 2 future Hall of Fame. Well, they don't probably to it. Manny Pacquiao and Nonito Donaire, yeah. That's some lofty company. Now, he turned professional in 2003 at 20 years old. His first title was the Philippines Boxing Federation Championship, which he won in May 2004. And he has wins over some good fighters like Eric Ramirez, Manuel Vargas, Mario Rodriguez. Y'all have heard of these guys because he fought in this era. Ramon Garcia. Well, he started in 2003 though. Ramon Garcia Herreles, Felipe Saguro, and Moises Fuentes. Just to mention a few of the top fighters he has defeated. Now, he is widely considered to be one of the best Filipino fighters in history, okay? He has never been stopped in a total of 150 rounds fought. Now, he went from 2000 to 2010, that whole decade undefeated, with the best record of any Filipino boxer over that period, okay? Including going 13-0 in world title fights. 13-0 with 2 draws in world title fights in that decade. And he also won world titles in 3 weight classes, in weight divisions during that period. Donnie Nietes. Okay, last but not least. Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna put this name in the chat, man. I'm not even going to attempt this, okay? I'm gonna call him PW. Okay. I got a picture of PW. Here's PW. Okay. Here's PW. Last but not least. Okay, bear with me for 1 second, my peoples. Look forward to this 2 o'clock hour every day to be on here, chopping it up, talking this boxing. Okay, now this is PW, who this profile is on. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna let y'all pronounce this for yourself. See who can do it. Remo, when you come up here to give your preview of tomorrow, I want to hear you pronounce this name. Okay, for everybody. I'm not even going to attempt it because I know I can't. I put you up 3-letter names. JONGKAN. Okay. And you will see why I'm calling him PW. There it is. There it is. Start practicing, Remo. You got to pronounce it for everybody when you get up here. Okay? That's what I'm profiling now. That's him up there. Yeah. So PW. PW fought from 1994 to 2018. Yeah. He retired in this era. He had 98 fights, 91 wins, just 5 losses, 2 draws, 47 knockouts. He's from Thailand. Yeah. PW is from Thailand. Yeah. Okay. 5 minutes. Now, he only had 1 title, WBC, in his run. Okay. But the way the sport is structured nowadays is not his fault. His list of triumphs does not read like a who's who of flyweight standouts, okay? The lack of quality in his reign has been overstated. Many of his challenges were former future champions, okay? But still, there are a variety of ways to evaluate PW's career. His record is filled with a lot of stiffs, okay? But in his title fights, 24 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. Okay? Is a record that stretches back over a decade, right? For PW. Now, he won his first title in March of 2001 with a first-round knockout of unbeaten champion, Malcolm Tunasiao. Not like a Saciao. Then, 2001 and 2002, he knocked out future champions Louis Lazarte, Daisaku Naito. 2003, he beat tough 23-0 contender Hussein. Yeah, that's his name. Beat some of the top guys at flyweight. PW did. Okay? And that's that. I'm gonna break it off there because I gotta get this link in there. If we want to get, we gotta get our preview of hashtag Let's Talk Fashion for tomorrow. You been practicing that name, Remo? I want to hear it. Remo said he ain't pronouncing that stuff. I don't blame you. We just call him PW. That's all. Yeah. I'm gonna drop the link in. Not just for Remo, for anybody who wants to come up and chop it up. Or like I say, chop it down. You know? The link is gonna be in there. Part of it's just gonna be getting that preview for tomorrow because it's almost Wednesday again. Unfreaking believable. But it is. Oh, come on. Cass. Yeah, I said quarter up, and I'll have it in there by then. Oh, shoot. Copy and paste, Cass. Yeah, I said quarter up, right. I'll have it in there by then. Come on, man. I got tripped off. Copy and paste, Cass. That's all. You got to remember. But yeah, it's Tuesday. Anybody watch The Oval? Show called The Oval. Excellent show. Comes on Tuesday. Me and Miss Cass is crazy about that. Yeah. Great show. Crazy president, killing people, all kinds of stuff, man. Mm-hmm. The son killed the maid for the White House and hid her body under the bed. It's a crazy show, man. The Oval. Yeah. Killed the maid, strangled her, and hid her body under his bed. Also killed his grandmother. This is the president of the United States' son, on this show. Killed his grandmother. Mm-hmm. A couple other people that died mysteriously. He might have had a hand in on that, but he definitely got 2 bodies on his hand. Here comes the link. Yeah. Yeah, The Oval. I don't know if that's a T or a damn F, man. I think it's a T. I don't know. Don't matter. Now let me get all this junk out the way. We're going to get our preview for Let's Talk Fashion. That's some Remo. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. Hashtag Let's KBT. Okay. Try this out for size. Look at that, almost right on the dot. I didn't even think that's right. All right. What happened? Aunt said, dang. Oh, it's easy out, Booger. Come on up here and pronounce it then. Okay, since it's so easy. Booger said it's easy. Aunt said, dang. I wasn't even going to attempt that one. PW. I wasn't even going to do that to myself. My tongue probably fell out on the desk. Yeah. But that links for anybody, not just Remo. Anybody who want to come up, we got 15 minutes before the voice comes on. And there's Remo right there. What's up, Remo?
What's up, brother, man? How you feeling today?
Doing good. You're not going to try that name, are you?
You know what? Let me give it a shot. Let me see. Let me go back in the chat.
Booger said easy. I don't see him up here.
Pansakalek Wanjakam.
Oh, that's good enough for me.
Wanjakam.
I call him PW.
I got a little bit of homework for you too, man.
There's Ant. Oh, you do? You got homework for me?
Yeah, for you, man.
Uh-oh.
Being that they had so many draws, right?
Yeah.
I want to know at what point in time did they change the way they voted? I mean, the way they judged fights.
That's a good point.
When did they start, implementing, the criterias of boxing?
Yeah, that had to have something to do with it. Okay, that is a good point. Okay, I'm gonna check into that. Yeah, because that had to happen at some point.
Yeah, because before I would believe like during Roman times it's fight till the death, and they had to change something. So
Yeah, man, they had I'm talking 15, 17 draws. I'm not saying 4 or 5. 12, 15, 17. That's crazy.
Had to be a reason for it.
Yeah, it had to be. It had to be, man. What's up, Ant? Ant McQueen is up here on this panel.
Chilling. And all of those draws, though. How many rounds were they fighting? Because I would imagine it would be difficult to have a draw during the 45 round era.
Yeah, that's
15
true.
Round era too.
Yep, excellent
there's
point.
There's an odd amount of rounds, so
yeah,
it's a little bit
because
more
they was going till somebody dropped at one point back then. It wasn't no end until somebody didn't get up, right? Yeah. So that's true.
Who died first?
Yeah, around and then when somebody went down, could be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to think about all that. Yeah. What's happening tomorrow, Remo? Tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Oh, it is Wednesday. I feel like these days been flying by, man. I've been having me busy, having me working. But tomorrow we got an episode, based on the fact that we like to say, diversity is key, especially with our Black folks.
Right.
We doing a plus size edition when it comes to plus size fashion.
Oh, okay.
So it's nobody gets left out when it comes to fashion, and we just highlighting a few people back in the day.
Fender bender size people.
Listen, man, I ain't calling out no names. Don't get me.
But Jay said he was 6'19", remember? So he had to be kind of big.
The big dudes could fight, man. No parts.
Right.
But I'm just giving a different light and a different lens to some people that might not be appreciated as far as the look of fashion. And that's basically the whole episode is about that, but different views and different eras.
Okay, that sounds good.
With a fun feel,
Yeah, and that's tomorrow at 10 after the hangout.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, I saw that fight last night, Aunt Fury. I think Fury pulled it out. Yeah. With what's his name? Damn.
Ngannou.
Yeah, Ngannou too, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because old school was said he thought Ngannou got it, but I think Fury did it. Yeah.
No, but I understand why a lot of people felt Ngannou got the victory is because he had the most telling moment of the fight.
Right.
He scored that big knockdown, but again, just one knockdown alone doesn't win you a fight. You still got to score it round by round.
Yeah. Fury knew how to win the rounds and stuff, he knew what it took. And he outboxed him. It was 10 rounds. Fury said, I got to get this 10-round decision.
Yeah, that's another part of outboxing somebody.
He figured out he wasn't going to be able to stop him. So, it was a good fight, though. Yeah. It was real good.
Hey, Ant.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the kitchen making some jerk chicken, man.
Uh-oh.
Man, I'm waiting for this lady to bring me my curry goat back. She's supposed to bring me some goat.
My nephew likes that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. With the rice and peas.
Trying my hand on
I didn't really eat too much when I was a kid, man. When I was a kid, it's like all we ate was ackee and saltfish and breadfruit, like every day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And porridge and stuff for breakfast, and especially when I was up like at my grandmother's house. Cornmeal porridge, because I used to have to go stay with my grandmother from June to September out in Jamaica, like every year. And it was just like ackee and saltfish, breadfruit every day.
Oh, Lord.
You probably don't even mess with porridge no more, do you?
Hallelujah and all that. I haven't had porridge in years. I'll eat it though. I actually like porridge and oatmeal.
Okay.
Cream of wheat, that type of stuff. I actually like it, but I don't make it, but I don't just like it.
I don't fool with none of that. None of that mushy food. I don't eat none, except for mashed potatoes. I don't eat none of that. Porridge, cream of wheat, oatmeal. We ain't doing it. And they said it's good for the body, and but man, the texture. I can't even get through grits. Can't eat that either.
Yeah.
Never been my thing. Hey, what y'all think about this whole Ryan saga, man? What's up with him?
About who?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. I don't know.
I'm right there with you, Cass. I really don't know what to think of it. Like, I don't know what is sincere and earnest and what is trolling, what is promotion. Like, I don't know what's what with the situation. So,
did y'all see that thing Tim Bradley said about it? That Tim Bradley had a pretty good take on it. Did y'all see that? Something
about him wanting to be something
entertainer.
he wants the entertainment of it, and I think he made a statement about him. He should be in the zoo or something like that.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah, he said he likes the attention from the fights, but he don't really want to be a fighter. But he likes the attention and fame that it brings him and the money. But as far as actually being in the ring, being a fighter, he said he don't really, not really into that part of it. He had a pretty good take on it. I saw that this morning.
That's some kiddie boys, man. Ryan's just a kid, man. Like not even a kid as an age. Mentally, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Because a lot of athletes, you got to remember, a lot of athletes spend more time in the gym perfecting the craft than being a kid.
Yeah. I don't know.
You traveling really? You traveling at 6, 7 years old across the country and getting punched in the head. That ain't regular. That ain't regular kid stuff, man.
No, it's not. But
and he's been doing that for quite some time. One thing he said during that press conference was, it was interesting to me, and it sticks out even more, in the midst of this current episode. And he talked about how, at one point his family, they were broke, and he alluded to being the meal ticket, so to speak, kind of like a Tiger Woods type of situation.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it since he was a kid, too. It just so happened that the social media stuff popped off before his boxing career did. When you go and you look at his background, he's been he's a fairly or relatively decorated amateur. I think like 12-time national champion or something like that as a kid. So I'm pretty sure at this point it could be, somewhat overwhelming for him. So you've been doing it for so long, and then you got so many things just on your shoulders, and that's in the event that all of this mental stuff is in fact sincere. I don't know what is or what isn't, so it's difficult for me to say what one person's take is more accurate or holds more validity than the other, because I really don't know what's going on in that young man's life. So it's difficult to say.
Old school said it's
and I don't want to make assumptions.
Said he's trying to throw Devin off.
Who knows? It could be. That's what I'm saying. Like we don't know. That's why I won't make any assumptions, because if he were to be dealing with some mental health struggles, it wouldn't be surprising to me. Because like Remo said, when you're 6 years old, 7 years old, like I just picked my kids up from school. They go to school, they come home, they do their homework, they play. The other day we went to Chuck E. Cheese. They do kid things.
Right.
They're not in the gym. They're not in the gym with all of this pressure on their shoulders that they need to win a trophy, or they need to win a national championship, or they need to fulfill all of these other obligations.
And the traveling.
So just imagine them dealing with that year after year after year after year, and then you're meeting new people along the way, and you don't know who the hell is there because they have your best interest at heart, or because they want something.
Yeah. Right. Hangers on and all that.
It's a lot going on. Yeah. It's a lot going on.
Definitely is.
It's a lot to deal with.
Definitely is. It is. And you're at the young age too. Yeah. Yeah. I could see where he this is sincere. He really going through something, Yeah.
And to add on that, he's already got the assumption and the feeling that Oscar is only there for the money. He doesn't really give a shit about him per se. So it's like, who do you really have in your corner except for your family? And then if your family is relying on you to bring in money that they've never been exposed to, it's like, do they really have my best interest involved? Then you in like an island by yourself. And then you questioning who's around you, even when it comes to family.
And Remo, look what they just did to him after the Tank fight. They left him by himself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I see what you're saying.
To figure it out,
Yeah.
That's why they say, Floyd was such an asshole, but he kind of like he kept a lot of that energy away from him because he wasn't willing to conform to nobody. He was more like, I did this for me. I did this for me.
Right. Yeah. Me
so
first.
He came off really crazy to some, but it's like
that's how you gotta be.
Nobody worked as hard as him.
Right.
He pushed himself to the crazy point where nobody's ever seen. Because I seen Zab Judah was was like, he never see. He went to go work out with. He went to go train with him for the Pacquiao fight.
Okay, right. He sure did. Yeah.
And he said, man, they'll be training, they'll be hanging out in the house or whatever, hanging out, and he'd be like, "Oh, come on, what you up? You doing anything? Let's go run 10 miles." He'd be like, "What? Like, are you crazy?"
Yeah. What?
So Zab was just like, he never seen that type of focus from anybody ever. And Zab was on top of the world at one point, but he was doing it off of pure talent.
Yeah.
Whatever Mayweather didn't have in talent, he did it in training. Like, his body was the best in shape, even though it was breaking down towards the end. But what happened at the end? Every athlete's career, when they're in the best shape of their life or whatever the case is, they always have to make a change. Whether some go vegan, some lose their athleticism, they got to learn how to shoot. They got to do different things, and
that's right.
That's right. Kind of figure that out.
Point. That is so true. Yep.
And then the other thing is this too, right? When you look at Floyd's career, you look at a lot of these guys' careers, they get in the space where it's a gradual progression as far as their commercial success and the money that they're able to generate. Like, Floyd was telling Clarissa Shields that he didn't get $300,000 until he was, 20 fights into his career, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to just stay focused, keep working. Marvin Hamill didn't get his first title shot 20 fights into his career.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to keep working and stay focused when being overlooked, or you feel like you're being underpaid or even being snubbed. But Ryan Garcia's making so many outside.
You kind of fading like Ant.
I can imagine, all that he's doing.
And you kind of fading out like
from people who want to deal with, the capital that he has.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Ryan, I got this idea. Can you invest a couple dollars in this? And you got other people that want to deal with him because of his image and his celebrity and all this other stuff. Then you got people that are just flat out just asking for stuff.
Right.
So I could only imagine just like how much he has to deal with. And a lot of times us as fans or just as, people, proletariats, people who work 9 to 5s and stuff, we just say, oh, well, you guys are getting millions of dollars. What are you complaining about? You should just shut up. But that's got to be a real lonely feeling, to where it's like you have all these things, but then like Remo was saying, you even got to question your own family, because they'll be pushing you. They'll be pushing you to be in situations that you may not want to be in, because their well-being is riding on it and it's dependent on it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you got to go do this. Yeah.
Like Kobe Bryant.
Everybody's just looking at you, just waiting.
Cut off his whole family. Kobe
cut off everybody. He sure did.
Cut everybody off.
Yeah.
I saw a video with Jay-Z. He did an interview with who was it? Kevin Hart, and he was talking about how like it's difficult to just go to Thanksgiving dinners with his family, because 2 minutes into sitting down eating his food, somebody's pitching another idea. Like, yo, look, all I need is $3,800. I know you got it. It's like, damn, like I can't just eat yams and collard greens and watch football like everybody else. It's like you got to make all these business proposals and all this shit. Like, just let me enjoy myself.
Yeah, people making plans weeks before Thanksgiving get there, what they're gonna pitch to him and stuff.
They pocket watching before he even walked through the door. Like, I know
making plans with his money, right? Like,
yeah, yeah, that's what's happening. That's crazy, but that's how it is,
That's kind of scary though, man. Personally, like, shit, I can't even enjoy the mac and cheese.
Yeah, somebody all in my ear about my money.
Yeah. So this fight is on Friday then, right?
Friday.
What time is start the main fight?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. But is it on the Zone or is it pay-per-view or what? Cause I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't deep dived into that. But
I'll know about tomorrow.
They gotta give me a break, man. All of these fights coming on these weird hours, man. Especially out there in Saudi.
Yeah, this is from Saudi. Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
With my time.
Because that last one started in the afternoon, right? Day of Reckoning. Didn't it start like in the afternoon?
I think Saturday at like 1:00 p.m.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the one from Japan. Now they 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning.
They started early. I set my alarm last time to watch that Juntel Nakatani fight.
Right.
I set my alarm for like 5:30 a.m.
Yep.
The fight came on like 5:45, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what's cool about that market is they don't really depend on American markets to push their fighters. That's why they don't give a shit about us.
Right.
If they really cared about us, they would sacrifice their timing.
Right. Exactly. But they don't do it.
Oh.
They say we stay on our own time. You want to watch? You just got to get up. Yeah. If not, well.
well, you missed it. You can watch it again. Yeah. It's on ESPN, so I guess ESPN could always rebroadcast.
They got a cousin that fights too. The Inoways. He fought. He was on some kind of secondary card or something, but I saw his name on in one of those places. Box.
But didn't his brother just win a title?
Yeah, his brother did. He had it already. Yep. He successfully defended it. Yeah, one of the titles he dropped. I don't know how he got it, but I know he had it. Takuma. When the Monster was at 118, remember he dropped all his titles and moved up to fight Cool Boy.
See, that's Cool Boy. He lost that. Cool Boy too damn. Yeah, he too light, man. What you doing that light as a grown ass man? The hell.
Yeah. Yeah, the Monster is serious.
I want to see him come back now, man. Cool Boy's time. It's time to come back if you ever heard this.
When was that? July? Yeah. It's time,
man. Him and
I haven't heard anything about him at all.
My other boy too. It's time for him to come back. What's the guy I've been asking for?
Oh, Caleb.
No, not Caleb.
No.
The guy that lost to Vila.
Oh,
Rashidi Ellis.
Rashidi. It's time, man.
It's been a year. That was last January 2023, remember?
Yeah, it's time, man. I don't understand why they had these guys out so long, man.
He's going on like 14 months for Rashidi. That loss must have really affected him bad. Like, wow, 14 months.
I was just reading Breadman's mailbag that he has on PBC, and he spoke about that specifically, Remo. Like, he doesn't understand why guys stay out the ring so long sometimes after experiencing a loss, especially like a stoppage loss. You're saying the longer you stay out, the longer that lingers with you. You want to get that feeling out the way and just move on. But you got to just come back and prove to yourself that you could take a punch. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's just going to just continue to permeate and just festers.
Tell me, the one guy that don't give a shit about a loss is what's my boy? That 14th. The Steka Warrior. He don't care. Barrios. He doesn't.
Oh, Barrios. Yeah. I like Barrios. Everybody likes Barrios. Yeah, everybody likes him.
He gives the casual fan what they want, and he gives boxing pundits what they want. Somebody who's not going to
got that way about him, man. You know, he's just a likable guy, though. You know, he got that way about him. You know. Barrios,
and he got a new girlfriend. I hope he don't lose focus though. Please.
Oh man, he didn't get the boot fight though. Cody Crowley got it. You know, they on Cinco de Mayo with Canelo.
I'd bring Speedy back against Barrios.
Okay, yeah,
that's what
that wouldn't be bad. I didn't think about that. Yeah, Speedy and Barrios. Yeah, that would be good, Remo. You should be a matchmaker. Speedy and Barrios, yeah.
They got Comey, man.
Mm-hmm. That would be good.
I think that he understands who he is and his place. Barrios, I think he understands who he is and what his place is in the market. Whereas, like, if I'm getting opportunities to fight these guys, I got to take these opportunities.
Got to take them.
I feel like Gabe Rosado was the same way. Like, I can't just sit around and dictate because I don't have the cachet to do so. Whether it be, you know, like the commercial sales, the track record, or even just like favoritism that exists. So it's like, yo, if Tank want to mix it up, let's fight. Thurman want to mix it up, let's fight.
Burrios said, I got to take him when I can get him. Yeah, because he don't know when he might not be there for him. So you got to take him while they there. You know, and I like that about him. You know? Yeah.
He didn't been picking up a couple checks ever since I seen him.
Yep.
You know, they're keeping him active. He's staying busy. You know, once you don't tell him no, you know.
Nope.
I guess that's his best thing. You know
what? Murray will get in there with anybody. Exactly. He was ready for the boot smoke. If they would have said boots, Burrios would have said okay. You know, he was ready.
That'd have been ugly though.
He still might get it. You know, he might still get it. You know.
It'll be a title. It'll be an opportunity at the title though. So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why you went up there. You know.
Yep. Okay, fellas. 408. Yeah, we about 10 minutes into the voice this time.
All right, brother, man.
I appreciate y'all. Okay, have a good one.
All right,
see y'all tomorrow at 2.
Yes, sir.
Contest Thursday. Take care now. All right, everybody. Another Cast Sports in the history books. Appreciate everybody for rocking with us again. Old School couldn't get up here today. He said he was at work or something listening. I'll see you in one of these chats later on, Old School. And everybody, appreciate you. Just Do Boxing, Old School, D for the Win, BN Boxing News, Mike Masick, Al Booger, Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT, Tim Layton, hashtag JBT, Miss Cass, hashtag JBT, and my all-star panel, Aunt McQueen and Remo. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion, hashtag JBT. And don't forget the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. following the Hangout. Appreciate everybody for continuing to rock with my growing channel. Be back at 2 tomorrow. Just Do Boxing, the voice is already in progress. I'll see y'all over there. Everybody have a good day. Fast Sports.